All right, so move on to the next segment. I'll be sharing my thoughts on which impressive record is more impressive in the sport of boxing. Floyd Mayweather's 50-0 record or Manny Pacquiao's 8 division world championship record. I'll be discussing which impressive record is more impressive and the reasons why. So, I do believe that Floyd Mayweather's 50-0 boxing career record is more impressive than Manny Pacquiao's record of being an 8 division world champion in 8 different weight classes. I'm going to explain to you guys why. And that might not be the most popular answer, but Floyd, it's more impressive because in this era of boxing, I don't see anybody reaching a 50-0 record anytime soon. And it might not happen again because fighters nowadays only fight twice a year. The money is bigger than ever in the sport of boxing. Fighters are trying to get the paydays, win the championships, get the accolades, and get out of the sport and retire from the sport before the sport of boxing retires you. It's a physical sport, and if the money's right, why stay around to try to achieve a record of 50-0 that probably won't be duplicated ever again? And that's why I think Floyd Mayweather's 50-0 record is so impressive. Terence Crawford is the only fighter that is close enough to break this Floyd Mayweather 50-0 record, and Terence Crawford is in his late 30s, and we don't even know if he could defeat Canelo Alvarez in September when he's climbing up 2 weight classes. So that's just my point right there. But Floyd's 50-0 record is already established as an all-time great record because of the names he's defeated. He's defeated 15 Hall of Famers in his boxing career. He's defeated names like Zab Judah, Oscar De La Hoya, Shane Mosley, Victor Ortiz, Miguel Cotto, Canelo Alvarez, Madonna twice, Manny Pacquiao. I think this is unprecedented, a better record than what Manny Pacquiao brings to the table of being an 8 division world champion, or being recognized as an 8 division world champion in the sport of boxing. Now let's get into a deeper dive. The reason I do believe Floyd's 50-0 record is more impressive than Manny Pacquiao's world championships, 8 world championships won in 8 different divisions. Now, a deeper debate, you look at the Floyd Mayweather record, 50-0. Now, you can have your controversial takes all you want. You can say, oh, Floyd fought fighters beyond their heydays or before they became the fighters that they were. Or you can have the debate that Floyd Mayweather really shouldn't be 50-0. He lost a couple fights. And that last fight against Conor McGregor shouldn't have counted. Well, I'm here to tell you guys, bottom line, the record books state that Floyd Mayweather finished his professional boxing career in 2017 with a 50-0 record. There's not a damn thing anybody out there watching and listening could do about it. And I understand he did have some controversial fights, but a clean record, we're talking a clean record here, 50 wins, 0 losses, 0 draws on your boxing career resume. He defeated 23 world champions and beat 16 world champions consistently in a row. Do you know how impressive that is? What boxers are doing that in this 21st century? Nobody was doing what Floyd was doing in the 21st century. And I know we're talking about Manny Pacquiao here, but let's not forget that Floyd Mayweather was a 5 division world champion in his own right. And he held 5 different titles at one point in 2 different weight classes, being spread apart, being so dominant in his boxing career. So let's not forget that Floyd Mayweather was a threat climbing up and down weight classes too, for somebody that started his boxing career at 135 and moved up the ladder to the at least 154. So let's not forget how impressive Floyd Mayweather was in his boxing career to have that 50-0 record. And not forgetting the fact that he had no problem fighting anybody from the range of 147 to 154, going back and forth in the second half of his boxing career. So we got to give Floyd, Pretty Boy Floyd, and Floyd Mayweather two boxing Hall of Fame careers meshed into one, and celebrate the fact that that 50-0 record is more impressive than Manny Pacquiao being an 8 division world champion. Now, I keep saying 8 division world champion, but I'm about to fact check you guys of the reason why I do believe Floyd's record is more impressive than Manny Pacquiao's. So let's get into the Pac-Man, Manny Pacquiao. So I'm not taking anything away from Manny Pacquiao. I think the world of both Floyd and Manny, and I think from the time that I started watching boxing from 2006 all the way till now, 2006, 2007, these were the best fighters that I've watched. Watching pay-per-view fights with my dad and the family as I was growing up and getting in love with the sport. But Manny Pacquiao started his boxing career fighting at 106 pounds and moved all the way up to the highest at 154, the super welterweight division. And his career was great. Don't get me wrong. I don't take anything away from what Manny Pacquiao has done. But we might not see a male fighter do something like that ever again, what Manny Pacquiao has done for the sport, going up and down in weight classes and collecting titles. But I'm here to fact check you guys. For the boxing history books, if you really want to be technical, there is a boxer that is doing something like Manny Pacquiao did, collecting world titles in several different weight classes. And her name is Amanda Serrano. In female boxing, she actually is a 7-division world champion. And she would just be one world championship away if she can win a world title before she hangs it up in a different weight class to tie Manny Pacquiao's all-time record with 8-division world championships. But as impressive as this sounds, Manny Pacquiao's Hall of Fame career, technically Manny Pacquiao is a 6-division world champion. And this also claims my reason that Floyd Mayweather's 50-0 record is more impressive than Manny Pacquiao's 8-division world championship title wins. Because technically, if you really want to be technical, the boxing community recognizes Manny being an 8-division world champion, but technically he's a 6-division world champion. Here's why. Manny Pacquiao, if you guys remember his victory against Ricky Hatton in 2009, the title that he won from Ricky Hatton was the IBO title. The IBO title is not, it's a world title, but it's not recognized with the 4 other sanctioned body world titles of the WBC, WBA, WBO, and IBF world titles. So you can count that as a world title, but it truly shouldn't be recognized. And IBO is a secondary world title. Just like people like to claim that Gervonta Davis is a several-time world champion and was a world champion at 140, for example, that was a super WBA lightweight championship. That's not recognized as the real championship. But to get back on track here, Manny Pacquiao winning the Ring Magazine title 2003 is technically really wouldn't count as a world championship win either. That's a gimme prize, the Ring Magazine title, for being recognized as the best fighter in that division. That really doesn't, that's just a bonus if you get that title. But it's not recognized as the WBA, WBO, WBC, and IBF title when he defeated Marco Barrera to win the title. So then, that's why I get to the point where it's fun to be a boxing nerd at times, because you can go back and say, oh, Manny was an 8-division world champion. But was he really? Do you guys really? Boxing casuals can't even tell me what the IBO title is all about. Maybe the Ring Magazine title you can tell me about, but the IBO, that's not even, that's a title won in world overseas, respectfully. That's a title won in overseas, because Ricky Hatton was a UK fighter. So, if you take away the 2 things that I just said, that 2003 victory where he was recognized as a world champion at a lower weight class, that Ring Magazine title really shouldn't count. But the boxing community recognizes it for it. Then that 2009 victory against Ricky Hatton, yeah, it was a sweet second-round knockout, but was he really, should he really been recognized as winning that world title, the IBO title? No. So therefore, that makes the claim even more sweeter that Floyd Mayweather's 50-0 record is more impressive than what boxing community claims to be Manny Pacquiao as a 8-division world champion. You guys can recognize it. I'm not getting mad about it. Sure, recognize it. But technical standpoint, that IBO title is not recognized as a true world championship. Neither is it recognized for somebody being undisputed. Or that Ring Magazine title is a gimme title, which you get recognized as being the best in your respective weight class. So you guys tell me. But I do believe that Floyd Mayweather's 50-0 record is more impressive than Manny Pacquiao being a 6 to 8 division world champion in the sport of boxing.